The United States has just deployed a silent, pilotless war machine, engineered to cripple China if conflict erupts. Meet the X-47B drone, as stealthy as the B-2 Spirit and as deadly as the F-22 Raptor. This next-gen drone takes off from the $13 billion USS Gerald R. Ford, the largest and most advanced aircraft carrier in history, to strike with precision. But surprisingly, this drone's journey started in the scrap heap. Initially rejected by the U.S. military, the X-47 rose from obscurity to become a game-changing weapon. Its comeback story is nothing short of cinematic. There are two key models, the X-47A and the X-47B, with the latter being the true survivor. Back in 2001, the X-47A was created under a joint Air Force and Navy initiative, Joint Unmanned Combat Air Systems, JUCAS, aimed at building a high-performance drone fleet for 21st century missions. Funded by DARPA and led by Northrop Grumman, the X-47A had its first flight in 2003. However, the program was scrapped in 2006 after a defense review. The Air Force moved on to pursue a next-gen bomber, while the Navy remained committed to unmanned combat jets. This led to a new, Navy-only version of the program, Unmanned Combat Air System Demonstrator, UCASD. Northrop Grumman was again chosen to build two X-47Bs, partnering with giants like Lockheed Martin, GE, Honeywell, and Pratt & Whitney. Smart, invisible, lethal. Three words that perfectly capture the terrifying genius behind the X-47B. This isn't just a drone, it's a highly intelligent war machine designed to outthink, outmaneuver, and outgun anything in its path. With advanced autonomous systems, it can take off, navigate, land on aircraft carriers, and even refuel mid-air, all without a human pilot on board. It's capable of making split-second decisions using pre-programmed instructions and real-time data from its environment. That level of independence means fewer lives at risk and more missions completed with deadly efficiency. But what makes it truly dangerous is what you can't see. The X-47B is engineered for invisibility. Its smooth, tailless design and radar-absorbing materials make it nearly impossible to detect. It doesn't just fly under the radar, it slips through it. Enemy defense systems can't stop what they can't see. And when this ghost in the sky locks onto its target, it delivers with ruthless precision. Armed with a powerful internal payload of up to 4,500 pounds, the X-47B can carry and deploy a range of precision-guided bombs and deadly weapons, all while maintaining its stealth profile. And thanks to in-flight refueling, it can stay airborne longer than most manned aircraft, giving it an edge that's as strategic as it is lethal. So when the X-47B is in the air, it's not just flying, it's hunting, silently, intelligently, without warning, smart, invisible, lethal. The future of warfare has already taken flight. Only two X-47Bs were built, a V-1 and a V-2. A V-1 was finished in 2009 and a V-2 followed in 2009-2011. Test flights began in 2011, and by 2012 it launched via catapult and landed on a moving aircraft carrier, a monumental achievement. Deck operations were tested on the USS Harry S. Truman, and carrier ops were refined in a 57.5-mile zone. The X-47B proved itself over and over, pushing the limits of unmanned flight. The X-47B merges the best of bomber and fighter into one platform. It's stealthy like the B-2 Spirit, adopting a blended wing design to minimize radar signature and reflect electromagnetic waves. It uses advanced composites and radar-absorbing materials, reducing heat detection and maximizing invisibility. Its size, just 38 feet long, makes it even harder to detect than the B-2. Like the B-2, it buries its engine and uses a serpentine exhaust system to hide heat emissions from infrared sensors. As deadly as the F-22 Raptor. That's not just a comparison, it's a warning. The X-47B may not look like your typical fighter jet. It doesn't scream across the skies with afterburners blazing or leave sonic booms trailing in its wake. But make no mistake, This drone is just as lethal as the F-22 Raptor, and perhaps even more terrifying in its silence. While the F-22 dominates with speed, agility, and air superiority, the X-47B masters a new kind of battlefield, one where invisibility, autonomy, and precision change the rules of engagement. It slips into hostile airspace without ever being noticed. No pilot, no cockpit, just a razor-sharp brain guided by machine learning and satellite intelligence. It doesn't need permission to adapt mid-mission. It doesn't hesitate. It calculates, locks on, and strikes, all while staying hidden. The Raptor might win a dogfight in the open skies, but the X-47B eliminates the need for one. It neutralizes the threat before the enemy even knows it's being hunted. With a 62-foot wingspan and a payload capacity to rival that of traditional fighter jets, it carries enough firepower to wipe out high-value targets with surgical accuracy. And unlike manned aircraft, it doesn't tire, it doesn't fear, it doesn't fail under pressure. Backed by real-time data and supported by satellite surveillance, the X-47B executes missions that most pilots would consider impossible. While the F-22 Raptor is the apex predator of the skies, the X-47B is the ghost that haunts them. One strikes with overwhelming presence, the other with chilling absence. Together, they represent two sides of the same coin, but one is the future unfolding in real time. As deadly as the F-22 Raptor, only quieter, smarter, and already in the shadows. It's no longer about who has the fastest jet, it's about who disappears first. Gone are the days of dogfights echoing through the sky. The future doesn't roar, it whispers. It glides in silence, guided by artificial intelligence, fueled by algorithms, and cloaked in stealth. Pilots? Optional. Human error? Reduced. The skies are being rewritten, not with metal and muscle, but with code and cold precision. Imagine aircraft that think for themselves, drones that swarm like insects, communicating in real time, adapting mid-mission, evolving with every second. These machines don't just fly, they learn. They analyze threats, predict enemy moves, and strike before a radar blip even forms. They're not bound by G-forces or fatigue. They don't blink, they don't bleed, and they certainly don't ask for backup. The lines between offense and defense are blurring. Hypersonic speeds meet quantum sensors. Directed energy weapons silence threats at the speed of light. Air combat has become a chessboard, and the smartest, not just the strongest, will win. Victory isn't about who launches first, it's about who goes unseen, who acts without warning, who dominates without ever engaging. And this future? It's already here, taking off quietly, flying autonomously, and watching from above. The future of air combat isn't coming, it's airborne, and it doesn't need permission to rewrite the rules. The skies are changing, and only those who adapt will survive. If this glimpse into the future of warfare blew your mind, imagine what's coming next. Subscribe to Next Gen Tech for more insane breakthroughs, jaw-dropping military tech, and the future. Before it happens, like if you felt the chills, comment with what you think will dominate the next era of combat. This is Next Gen Tech, where the future isn't predicted, it's revealed.